I am back at it again with another Gypsy Rose video. I have missed doing these. It has been a hot minute. If you missed them, let me know in the comments down below. I have a feeling that you did because you guys seem to be loving these videos. Now, there has not been a lot of interesting things being dropped with Gypsy Rose lately, but there has been a couple things. She posted a video where she was making spaghetti for her fiance Ken. Hold on, this is past Kyla popping up here. I don't know why I referred to him as her fiance. They're not engaged. Okay, not anymore. He already proposed once. He ain't doing it again. I just thought there was some interesting moments in this video that I wanted to talk about, and also Ryan popped back up and did another live. I've noticed that they haven't been posting as much, and it's probably because of the $30,000 allegedly, or give or take, that they've been making from the lives that they've been doing. And I don't know about you, but if I made $30,000 from a 1 hour long live, I would probably take a big break too. But we're gonna be watching some of Gypsy Rose's video that she posted on her YouTube channel. But before we get into it, make sure you join my Patreon because I'm going to be posting a part 2 of Gypsy Rose's interrogation on there this week. So make sure you join so you do not miss that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and watch this video.
So tonight I am cooking dinner for Ken.
That's nice.
This is the first time that I will be cooking a dinner for him. Usually he's the one that's always like cooking for me.
Listen, I'm not saying that like as a woman you have to cook dinner for your man. Like, men are totally capable of making food just like we are. I'm not saying that, but I find it interesting that the first time she cooks him a meal, she's got to film it. She's like, I haven't cooked for him yet, but now that I'm going to start, I'm going to make sure that I get some ad revenue out of it. I'm not cooking for Ken for free.
So he is at work right now, and he does not know that I am planning this romantic dinner tonight. So I am making spaghetti and meatballs.
To mess up spaghetti.
Right here. And I've got all the ingredients that I need. Kind of cook the meatballs, just kind of warm them up a little bit.
I feel like spaghetti and meatballs is like the easiest thing that you can cook, so I feel like this is a good thing to start with. I think the only thing you can really mess up with spaghetti is if you overcook the noodles. If you overcook the noodles and they're like mushy, I don't want nothing to do with it.
A lot of people like meatballs, but like I like little smokies in my spaghetti.
That's probably really good.
It has like bell pepper, onion, they call it like Creole seasoning.
Creole in spaghetti?
So I'm just gonna saute these first.
She looks so lost. She's like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
The pasta sauce, the tomato paste, the diced tomatoes with green chilies, all my spices. There's
definitely some weird things in this spaghetti. A can of Rotel with green chilies. Have you guys ever put that in your spaghetti? Let me know in the comments. I will say this, if you've never had spaghetti with Raoul's marinara sauce, y'all need to get with the program.
Kind of like having the burner, the pot a little closer to the camera so you guys can see all the ingredients that I'm putting in.
Still can't see it because that pot is as tall as your ceiling and your arm's in the way. I appreciate the effort.
I'm gonna brown.
That's good. What was that little meat? I don't know. All you need for good spaghetti, okay, this is all you need. A Raoul's can of marinara sauce. Add some extra seasonings like oregano and all that. Fresh basil if you have it. Add that in there. So freaking good. We have fresh basil from our garden. So good. That's really all you need for your sauce. You don't need like green chilies. You don't need green chilies. The little smokies and meatballs thing is a little bit weird for me. It's probably really good, but it's a little bit weird. Have y'all ever put little smokies in your spaghetti? I mean, we all know that Gypsy Rose has made some questionable decisions in her life. This may be one of them.
Why I am doing this romantic night for Ken. He has been amazing throughout these last couple of months. When we found out we were pregnant, or are pregnant, I guess I kind of just was worried that like he would stay just for the baby, and I don't.
There's already got to be some issues in your relationship. And I mean, you know, perhaps that's why you don't try to make a baby before you figured stuff out, when you guys obviously have a lot of baggage. And her also saying she was afraid that he was going to stay just for the baby. I feel like part of the reason why she wanted to have a baby so quick was so that he would stay with her, because I think she's afraid he's going to leave her. And I think that she has this delusional thought that a lot of people have, that if you make a baby with somebody, they're more likely to stay with you. But honestly, making a baby sometimes I feel like makes it a little bit more, I don't know the statistics behind it, but I feel like sometimes making a baby with somebody, especially if you already have issues in your relationship, makes it worse, because you have no idea how hard it is having a baby with somebody when your relationship isn't already stable. Like, you need to make sure your relationship is stable before you make a baby with somebody.
That for him, like, I want him to be happy, and I want him to want to be with me. You know, I think I've been so distracted and consumed by all the changes that's going on in my life, like the divorce, pregnancy. It's just a lot to take in.
It's not very often you're going to hear somebody who's pregnant with another man's baby talking about getting a divorce with this other guy.
If I can do a few nice things for him to show my appreciation, then that's just a small bit of giving back what he's given me. So Ken and I met in 2017 after he watched my HBO documentary, and he wrote me a letter.
I just want a little bit of a reminder for the way Gypsy Rose looked in her documentary that made Ken and also Ryan and a whole bunch of other creepy men want to write Gypsy Rose in prison. This is the girl that they were writing to. This is what she looked like to them. Ken is a creep.
Phone calls led to a visit. He shows up at the visit, and like we start talking, and like 37 minutes into the visit,
it's very specific.
TV show we were watching at the time, and I just remember, like, he leaned over and just gave me the most, like, knock your socks off kiss imaginable. Like, this was super romantic.
In the middle of a conversation about a TV show? I've heard less romantic first kisses, but that one's pretty bad. In prison walls, while talking about a TV show. That's very romantic.
I had never been kissed like that. Like, I had kissed people. I had kissed, obviously, one other person.
Nicholas Godejohn, the one who you convinced to murder your mom, who you spent 2 years convincing to murder your mom. That one. The little look to the camera. Obviously, I've kissed one other person.
Then the guard walks by and then sees us, and she catches me and she's like, "Miss Blanchard, what are you doing? In the blue chairs right now." And I'm like, okay. So my visit got interrupted.
Gypsy Rose is really irresponsible when it comes to her relationships.
They just decided to just terminate the visit. I got a write-up for it, and he got banned for 6 months.
That's crazy to me. How romantic could a kiss be that you are willing to get banned for 6 months from visiting her at all?
Called off the engagement, or we called off the wedding, but we didn't call off the engagement. This was right around the time that the act had came out. A lot was going on around that time, and ultimately he felt the best thing to do would be to let me live my life outside of the relationship.
Yeah, I'm gonna break up with this girl in prison who can't do anything because she's in prison. I'm gonna break up with her so she can live her life.
But there were so many opinions telling him, if you love her, let her go. I wish he would have talked to me about it before he ended the relationship.
I have a really hard time believing anything that this man says. I think he's a creep. I think he's a friggin' creep, and I think he wanted somebody in person. That's what I think.
I would have told him how much he meant to me, and how much, like, light and joy he brought to my life. And losing him was so hard.
Oh, is she gonna start fake crying? Gypsy Rose needs to get a diary. If she doesn't have a diary or a journal, I feel like she needs to get one. Because just put this in your journal, honey. Like, what? Why are we filming a video about this? It's so weird.
Yeah, I was happy. But I could have been happier.
You look mad happy right now, girl. You look so happy with this man you're afraid is gonna leave you.
You know, it just so happened that Ken's relationship didn't work out either, and so that led us to reconnect.
Does anybody believe for 1 second that it was totally on purpose that her and Ken's relationships both ended at the same time? I think Gypsy found out that Ken was single and was like, bye, Ryan. Bye. I think this was just like a plan from the very beginning. And also, I don't know why she does so many videos and stuff where she just regurgitates the same information. Like, this is all stuff that she's already said before. Why are we getting this whole story again? Like I said, get a journal or a diary and just put your thoughts in there, okay? You don't have to keep repeating the way your relationship went and ended every time you open your mouth.
It is such a blessing to find the person that you're meant to be with after going through so much.
If you're so convinced that you're meant to be with him, why do you keep repeating that you're afraid he's gonna leave you if you think you guys are meant to be together? It's giving crazy vibes.
I am so... I am so in love with this man. In the 5 years that we were separated, I was in pain. I couldn't get over him. I always felt lost.
I don't see tears.
I always felt like my person was within
Oh,
reach.
there's one. I saw one. I saw a tear. I saw one roll right here.
And I felt like the time that we had together while I was locked up, like we were robbed of a real relationship, of a real chance together. Like,
How do I feel like even if she has actual tears running down her face, every time she talks like this, it just is so theatrical and fakesy to me. Like, it just does not give genuine. And I don't know why we're talking about this and crying right now. Like, what is happening? Like, I feel like they're having issues in their relationship because this is just not a video that I feel like you would make and what you would be talking about if you weren't having issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the first time you're cooking for him and you're filming it, and then you're on here crying about how you're so in love. Like, you look miserable. Like, you're literally bawling your eyes out and you're talking about like past stuff, like your relationship ending, your breakup, all the stuff that you've gone through. It's giving that you're afraid Ken's gonna leave you and you don't feel very stable in your relationship and you're trying to do something to get him to stay with you. It feels so like manipulative and fake to me. It just really, really does. I feel like she's trying to manipulate him. Like, maybe they had like an argument or something allegedly before this. I don't know. But like, I just feel like something happened or is going on in their relationship that made her feel like I need to do something to save it. But honey, it's not going to be spaghetti with little smokies. Okay.
most people, when they break up on the outside, they know that their relationship is not going to work, and they know that they did everything they could, like they had a real shot. But we didn't have that. We were robbed of that. We couldn't have a normal relationship at that time. Now that we can, like, that is something to treasure. That's something to hold on to.
This is one of those things where she's like talking to herself. Like, she's telling herself, I need to treasure this and hold on to this. This is such a weird video to me.
I just can't express enough how happy he makes me. And I know I'm bawling right now. It's just, I'm so emotional.
It was giving, I'm looking up to the light, hoping that it'll burn my retinas so my tear ducts will start producing tears, because this is not giving bawling right now. This is giving theatrical moment.
We're having a baby. We made a baby together. And that is such a blessing.
Girl, why are you crying right now?
The fact that I am so blessed in my life to have a family that loves me, a second chance at life.
Something your mom's not gonna get. Was that too dark? I'm so sorry.
A man that I truly love back in my life. And we're starting our own family. That's something to hold on to and never let go. All right, I'm I'm done.
Good, because I am so uncomfies.
Okay, so it's just about...
Oh, we got the silk robe going on now and the lingerie. I wonder if this is some of the lingerie that Ryan bought her if she left that at his house. She wrote a post-it note that says, "Never will you be unappreciated." Given they got trouble in paradise.
Okay, so I just got home from work and Gyps surprised me with her famous spaghetti here. This is the first time she's ever cooked for me, so I'm excited to try her cooking.
Hold on, I gotta watch his face.
It's really hot though.
They look a little overcooked.
It's very good.
Good.
Very good.
Good. Okay, I'm
10
hungry.
out of 10.
Good.
The noodles looked a little overcooked. I don't know how romantic a first dinner could be if you had to film the entire thing and then film him take his first bite. Like, put the camera down. I don't know. That video was so weird and really cringy and it made me uncomfortable. Like, it really did. Like, it was giving like old school YouTube vibes where we used to sit down and like spill way too much tea about our personal lives. Also, a lot of the stuff that she said, I feel like I've heard before. Like, no new information. And why are we still talking about the way when Ken got together and the way y'all broke up and the way, like, why are we still talking about this? I feel like they're having issues. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below, but that makes me feel like they're having some problems. Like, I am so happy right now. You're crying like somebody died, which they did. This is not giving, I'm happy, I love my life. This is not giving that moment.
I did deserve better. I did. Let's do a poll. Screw it. All right. Did I deserve better? Red, yes. Blue, no. You think I deserve what I got? Do you think I got a raw end of a stick? Because I guarantee you, I deserve way better. You know, it's funny, I was there for when nobody was. You know, it's funny to me that I think about certain things, like, it's funny looking there because, like, I've got texts from back in the day where I was actually texting Christy like, "Hey, Gypsy's been calling you for 2 weeks and you haven't been in touch with her. Like, what's the deal? Are you all right?" And yet she's there for her. Down. Wasn't there in prison that much. I had to friggin' reach out and be like, "Hey, Gypsy's tried to call you for 2 weeks. Where you been?" So I just think it's funny that who cares? Who cares? I mean, who cares? It's over. I mean, who cares? It's just funny to me that she forgot the real dude that was there for her.
Ryan definitely has his things, but at the end of the day, he truly was the one that actually did care and stick around while she was in prison. I mean, Ken even left her hanging. The fact that Christy wouldn't even call her back or answer her phone calls for weeks, to where he had to be like, "Hey, why are you not answering Gypsy?" That's really bad, because when the cameras are on and they're filming Christy and Gypsy and the whole family, Christy acts like she's just mom of the year, right? All up in her business for those cameras, thinking that she'll look good. I will say this, that on the show, Christy looked really bad. She looked really, really bad. And most of us are not Christy fans. So I don't know. I always look forward to Ryan's tea. I feel like one day he's probably going to spill some more. I feel like Ryan never wants to say too much because he's not fully convinced that him and Gypsy are over. I mean, I'm still pretty sure they talk behind the scenes and stuff. So I think that he thinks that there's still a chance that her and Ken may not work out, and that what's she going to do when they don't? She's going to go back to Ryan because he's been really loyal to her. If something happens between the two of them, Ryan's probably still going to be hanging around. I think he's trying not to say too much because he doesn't want to upset her. He at least wants to keep that, like, a little bit of contact going on. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Could be completely wrong at the end of the day. I do not know these people. I'm just a regular person sitting here sharing my thoughts and opinions with you all. But I am going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below because it encourages me to do more for you. I am going to be posting part 2 of Gypsy Rose's interrogation over on my Patreon. So if you would like to check it out, the link will be down below. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you soon for another one.